We're going live.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are we doing today? What's the haps? What's the 411? What's going on?
Katie's gonna lead this live stream today.
I'm gonna try my best. Cass isn't feeling too well.
Yeah, Cass is sick again. Cass seems to be in a constant state of sick as of late, so.
We can do like napping sprints.
Oh my gosh, please. Okay, everyone can do their reading sprints. I'm gonna take a nap. That sounds so lovely. Oh my gosh. How is everyone doing? There's so many people. Yay.
Woo.
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 Oh, I'm so excited for these sprints.
So excited to talk to everybody.
See? Cass deserves her naps. I agree. Thank you.
Napping sprints. Guys, it's whatever kind of sprints you want today.
Right? It's the miscellaneous sprints. Reading.
Yeah, we're going to call them reading sprints anyway.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Someone asked, what are reading sprints? Well, reading sprints, we basically talk for however long, and then we typically read for about a half hour. We try to talk for a half hour and then read for a half hour, so you get little like sprint sessions of designated reading time.
Yeah, so, and the rest of the time it's just us talking about stupid stuff.
Yep. We will talk about all sorts of things. Oatmeal, the weather. Honestly, the topics that we can discuss are limitless.
Yeah, anything we want to talk about, we'll talk. What are we reading today, Cass?
What is the reading plan?
I have none. I've been in a reading slump. So like I might sit here and read a book, but I also might sit here and play my DS that I found.
I was about to say, I bet you're gonna play your DS during
I've been obsessed.
She's reading the text on the screen in the game she's playing.
Exactly. Like it'll be fine. But I do have like a maybe. I might start 5 Survive by Holly Jackson that I bought yesterday. So depends on how things are going.
I'm gonna pick up the second book of Mistborn, The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I started it last night. Well, I was on a call with Katie and I made it to chapter 4. And I like it. I'm in a like major high fantasy mood, which is weird because it uses brain power and I really don't have that right now. But I'm having fun.
That's good. I really need to start The Well of Ascension, but
technically you did start it.
I've read like 50 pages of The Well of Ascension. I started reading it for a vlog and then I scrapped the vlog because I didn't want to read.
Reading slump.
Like, no, right now.
Reading slumps hit different.
Yeah.
Someone said, can we talk about Book Depository shutting down? I really don't want to.
Not. It's a
Victoria, I'm so sad. I'm
like where? I know there are like different places you can get books from the UK. But Blackwell's is a good one. I've ordered from them a few times, and like it's basically the same thing, like same kind of prices. But I love Book Depository.
Yeah, and it's screwed over a lot of countries that like don't like Blackwell's doesn't ship to like Argentina, for example.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I
thought it was like an April Fool's joke at first.
I thought so too.
But I was like it's like
this was false information.
So.
Yeah, that was.
It was so sad. It's fine. I won't cry too much.
I'm just more worried about how am I supposed to get Ranger's Apprentice books a year before they release in the US. That's my priority.
You just start bothering the publisher.
No, literally.
Like, hey, I love Ranger's Apprentice books.
So what if you sent me an arc?
The reason they're shutting down is stupid. I mean, they're owned by Amazon, which has like millions of dollars. Billions. So like, just keep it going.
Yeah, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't know. People are reading some really good books today. Ruins of Gorlon, Atlas 6,
Silver
Flames. Crooked Kingdom. Icebound Land. Oh, solid.
It's a good selection. Dragon Republic. There's another good
one.
Oh,
yes. Y'all are just reading all my favorite books.
There's no one reading my favorite books. I'm kidding.
Crescent City 2, Percy Jackson, Head in the Wall, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Sorcerer of Thorns, okay.
Second book of the
Veronica Speedwell.
series.
Someone's reading Veronica Speedwell. There you go, Katie.
If you guys don't know, I've been reading that series recently.
Are you through with it? How many books are there?
There are 8 books.
There's 8 books?
Yeah, currently.
Jeez.
Like the 8th book just came out recently.
Nice.
It's so fun.
Someone's starting War and Peace? Oh, well, good luck to you.
Wow. Big brain.
Big brain.
Oh, someone else started the Veronica Speedwell series.
Very nice.
I just want everybody to read that series. It's so good. Who said you definitely know? How dare you come for me like that?
Who's coming for you?
When I said that, like, I've been reading the Veronica Speedwell series, if you guys didn't know, somebody said we definitely know.
Oh, please.
I'm a broken record because I know. Someone's reading Lonely Castle in the Mirror. I've been wanting to pick that one up. It looks good.
Someone asked you where you buy your Veronica Speedwell books.
I bought the first, like, few at Barnes & Noble. And then the most recent ones I've bought on Amazon. I can't really find, like, a good price on them, to be honest. They're all, like, $17, like, everywhere.
Goodness.
Oh, Adele's reading Cruel Prince. Good choice. Words of Radiance. Another good choice.
I can't wait to get to that series.
Brando Sando.
Brando Sando. Liz finally finished Warbreaker last night. It was very nice.
Liz, what did you think?
What were the thoughts?
Someone else is reading The Well of Ascension. That's fun.
I had like 3 people reading it. I'm like, hey, twinsies.
Ooh, someone's reading The Shining. It's my least favorite Stephen King, honestly, but like it's still good.
Oh, interesting. Poppy War. Oh, I want to reread that so badly. So badly.
I need to read it just
in general.
Yeah.
Ooh, when you start reading it, I'll start my reread.
Oh. It won't happen anytime soon.
No, exactly.
Oh, so it'll be perfect then.
Yeah. Not be about to buy all the UK covers for Mistborn from Book Depository before they close. Honestly, I'm tempted to buy, what's the other series called? I keep forgetting the name of the other series. The Way of Kings, that series.
Oh, Stormlight Archive.
Stormlight Archives. I want to buy those books off of the Book Depot before they close, but I just can't justify spending all that money right now.
Oh, someone's reading Great Expectations. That was a good one.
Someone said they're scared to read The Burning God, and I don't blame you. We got a really good selection of books that people are reading today.
Guys. I'm impressed. To anybody who just heard Book Depository is closing from us, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry to like crush your dreams. And yeah. I'm so sad. When I saw that, I was like, no. It was like all the stages of grief. I was like denial. And I was like, okay, can there be a solution? Is there like a petition we can sign? Be like, please don't close.
What if I just move to the UK part-time so I can like buy those covers when I'm there, and then I can buy the US covers that I like on here.
There you go.
I did find great a UK cover of a Brandon Sanderson book at half price yesterday, and I was so excited about it.
Scored.
Yeah. It's around here somewhere. Actually, it's right here. I found Elantris from half price yesterday.
God, look at that sexy cover.
I know. It's too good. Oh no, Emily's panic scrolling with us in the corner. I'm so sorry.
Goodness. When they're closing like end of April too. There wasn't even like
I know
a good announcement. They were just like, hey, so we're closing in like 20 days.
I remember when I found out about Book Depository. It was like a new world. was opened up.
It's the free shipping for me, you know? That's what really did it.
And like I know we don't have it as bad as some people, but I'm still upset. I'm upset for everybody.
Someone said the saddest part is there's no closing down sale either. I'm not surprised because now that like Amazon owns it, I'm sure they're just gonna like sell a lot of their shit on Amazon.
Oh, what is Book Depository? It's like an online book website where you can buy like a bunch of different covers, like different editions of books from like not necessarily like all around the world, but like it's a good place for English books, I think, specifically.
Yeah.
Like I use it to get like UK covers that I prefer over like US covers. I think Blackwell's I think is pretty comparable to Book Depository. I feel like it's a bit slower though.
Do they have free shipping?
Yeah, at least on US orders. I think they have free shipping on some other places, but I'm not sure. When you talk about something else, this is sad.
No, I'm just sad now.
Just stressed everybody out. I'm stressed.
No, during the reading sprints, everyone's just gonna be like scrolling through Book Depot and just like, okay, last minute orders.
I need everything.
Yeah.
Any recommendations for a new fantasy reader?
I
feel like ACOTAR is probably a good like starting fantasy book.
Typically, I recommend ACOTAR. Yeah.
With, like romance in it, or if you don't want anything with romance in it, I feel like Mistborn is probably a good place to start.
Mistborn, yeah, that was going to be my other, because Brandon Sanderson books I feel like aren't too complicated.
Yeah.
In terms of like the magic system.
I also think like V.E. Schwab books, like her more fantasy books, could be a good place to start too. Like I think I read Vicious like very early into getting into fantasy, and it's like kind of fantasy-ish, but like it's not fully fantasy. But I think it's a good intro.
Cass, didn't I go a concert recently? I did. I went and saw Stray Kids. It was very fun. I saw my name and I was just like, ooh. Ooh. Katie, have you been crocheting today?
I have not. I haven't crocheted anything in a while, actually.
You were going to crochet Hal's jacket, weren't you?
I was. And then I started it and it didn't look good, so I haven't picked it up since.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you have like different yarn sizes? Wasn't that
yeah, I need to get different yarn, but also like crocheting diamonds is a pain in the ass, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Honestly, valid. Can you not just crochet a square and turn it sideways?
No.
No?
I mean, like,
turn it 45 degrees.
I could. It just like, because the diamonds on his jacket are like more elongated than just like squares. Is this now Book Depository Sprints? Yes, it is Book Depository Sprints. Sorry. Oh, favorite fantasy romance beside ACOTAR?
I feel like every time I get asked a question about books, I immediately forget all books. I'm like, what are books?
I really like the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. First book's a bit rough. Don't judge it off the first book. It gets better.
I forgot that I like started that series. It was like I read it I think that was the last book I read of 2022, and I just like erased it from my mind.
I really like at least the first book in the Bridge Kingdom series by Danielle L. Jensen. That was a good one. It's not like fully fantasy.
Infernal Devices, that counts, right?
I guess that's true. I never think of like YA series when I'm thinking of fantasy romance, honestly, and I don't know why. It was just I don't know. Yeah. Those are a few good ones.
Someone asked if I plan on trying crocheting. I used to crochet. I just don't have the time to like set aside to crochet. But I got back into drawing recently, so that's been my new side hobby, or old side hobby reclaimed. I don't know. I used to crochet scarves and stuff, like Harry Potter scarves, and I would try to sell them, but like I live in Texas where it's like 100 degrees all the time, basically.
You're telling me the market wasn't there.
No, I did have one person buy like 3 out of the 4, but it
Oh.
was like the same person. Yeah.
Oh, what are your thoughts about the second season of Shadow and Bone? No spoilers. We won't do spoilers.
I liked it, and I liked what they did with the plots, and I like what they added to keep characters entwined into the plot and the story, and I like where they're going with it.
I liked half of it. I liked the bit with the crows, but I could not care less about the Shadow and Bone elements of the show. And
I
like,
didn't mind it. There were definitely some scenes of the Shadow and Bone I was like, okay.
I know it's called Shadow and Bone, so like obviously there's Shadow and Bone.
But can we get less of that?
But, like, it was too much Shadow and Bone and Shadow and Bone, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but that arc's now over, so I feel like season 3 they're gonna tie into King of Scars.
See, but I like the Shadow and Bone stuff in season 1, but I didn't like it in season 2.
Yeah.
That's my hot take for the day.
What's your hot take? Oh my gosh, Darcy, Katie was the one who told me that Ben Barnes like narrated a version of Demon in the Woods. And I was like, say less.
Say less. I don't think he narrates the whole thing. I think Darcy might have mentioned that in a comment on my video yesterday. Or 2 days ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when you had said that because I don't know.
But he's also like the main character of it, so like he'll have a lot of talking.
Right.
I was so upset though when I found out that he narrated it and I didn't get to listen to it. Oh, would I recommend reading the Inferno Devices before the last hours? Yes. You kind of have to. But they're both great.
Katie, when are you reading The Infernal Devices for the 100th time?
I just finished my reread. Why would I start my reread again? It'll happen next year, probably. It seems like the kind of series I will reread each year, so.
I wish my series that I reread every year was just like a trilogy and not like 28 books.
You did that to yourself.
Nah, that's true.
Did you see the video of the cast of Shadow and Bone where they were like doing the Is It Cake thing with like a box set?
I like saw the thumbnail or I like saw a preview, but I like didn't watch it.
There's so many funny interviews with the cast that are so stupid.
It's interesting how they're like promoting it.
I know, they're really going hard with the promotions. Like I feel like every time I open YouTube, there's just like a new whatever related to like the cast of Shadow and Bone.
Yeah.
Not mad about it. What are your thoughts on the Hunger Games? Throwing it back?
Honestly, I have no thoughts. I rewatched the movie recently-ish, and I like zoomed through half of her time in the arena because it was just her trekking through the woods. I literally was like fast forwarding, and I was like, okay, we'll watch that scene. We'll fast forward again. Okay, fast forward again. I remember when I read it as a kid, like it was so hyped. Like that is when it was like the most hyped. Back when I was a child, I remember reading it in like the 6th grade and being like, okay, like it's good, but it wasn't like some amazing, like groundbreaking thing for me personally. But looking back, you can kind of see it was like a very pinnacle moment and like dystopian.
See, I get that it's like an important series, and I think I read the first 2. I never read the last one, but I read the first 2 and I liked it.
The 3rd one confused the hell out of me.
But I was a Divergent girly. I loved Divergent. I think it's mainly because they cast Theo James in the movies, and I was like obsessed with that man when I was 13. But me and my friend Elaine actually rewatched Divergent a few months ago, and it was so bad.
Oh God, I can't get over the fact that the actor, the Triss's brother in that series, the actor that plays that in The Fault in Our Stars, they're like lovers, but then in this series they're siblings, and it's like uncomfortable when you have watched both. It's just like,
I think it's been so long since I watched The Fault in Our Stars, and I only watched it once, but I know I've seen Divergent like multiple times.
Right.
So they're just like siblings in my mind. I also don't care about that man, so I'm like,
whatever. Do you have any audiobook recs? Oh, that's kind of tricky question to answer. I liked the like dramatic versions of Akatar. I think those were done pretty well. And I also really like the audiobook for Babel. So if you're trying to read Babel and you're like, this is dense, this is difficult to get through, the audiobook is pretty solid.
I really like the narrators who do a lot of Brandon Sanderson's books. I think most of them are narrated by just one dude, but like the Stormlight books, they're narrated by like a husband and wife, and they have really good narrating voices. They also narrate the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy by V. Schwab. But also really good things about Daisy Jones and the Six.
I have too. I think I have the audiobook on hold.
There was like literally 5 minutes ago, the hold came in.
No,
I got a notification on my phone about the hold.
Wait, really?
Yeah, hang on.
No kidding.
Look at it. Libby is insane. I'm telling you guys. She knows everything. She's like omniscient. I don't get it.
I just borrowed it. We're good. Katie and I basically share a Libby, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That's true friendship right there. Sharing our Libbies. Yeah.
I get to see everything she's reading. She has to see everything I read.
I can see everything you're reading.
Yeah. Yes, Maria. Libby, again, me and Maria are always talking about how Libby is just like she knows. Like she knows everything and it's scary.
Audiobooks for Elizabeth Lim series are great because they pronounce the Chinese names better than I would if I was reading it. Yes, that is something that I do really enjoy with, especially like Babel too, because there's a lot of like languages and foreign words mixed in, and so being able to have someone else read it to you is very solid.
We have any other audiobook apps other than Libby? Because the country doesn't have Libby. I think Scribd is good. It is a paid service, but there's like a bunch of, it's not like Amazon or it's not like Audible where you only get like 1 credit. There's like a bunch of things on there, and it's like a 30-day free trial, so you can try it out if you want.
Someone said that they didn't know they could borrow ebooks until I started watching y'all. I don't know how I found out about ebooks, but I think it was also from watching like BookTube a few years back, and I was like, wait, my library has this too?
No, I was like, it opened up a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Whole new world, my friends. Have you read the Truly Devious series at all?
I read the first one, and I'm unhauling the first one.
I also read the first one, and I ended up unhauling the second and third ones just because I had like. It's not that I didn't like it; it's just that I never feel like I'm gonna reach for it.
Yeah, I had 4-starred it, but like my time that I was gonna read it has passed, and I don't see myself like rereading the first one to like remember what happens to continue the series. And so
I 5-starred the first one, but I would have unhauled the first one too, but I annotated it for like whatever reason. So now I can't get rid of it. If anybody wants an annotated copy of Truly Devious, let me know. I'll send it to you.
Now that you've said 5 stars, now I'm like, did I 5-star it? I don't know. I 4 or 5-starred it. I don't remember. It's on my Goodreads somewhere. I don't know. But I'm doing another like major unhaul here. I picked out like another 20, I think, books that I'm getting rid of.
I sold some books to half price yesterday myself.
There you go.
Yeah. Like $45. I was like,
oh God, it hits different because then, you go back and you buy more. But like, you're not really spending the money.
Bought a bunch of books, so I was like, what good did this do me?
Right.
It did do me because I got rid of books I didn't want.
Right, you got rid of more books than you bought.
Yeah. Do you guys like Throne of Glass? I kind of like Throne of Glass.
You haven't even finished Throne of Glass.
From what I've read, I'm up to book like 6 and 7. I'm tandem reading.
You've been tandem reading for a while there, Katie.
I've been in the middle of my tandem read since like November. No part of me wants to pick up those books.
Yeah, so I really liked it. I remember I read the series. I think I read it before I read Akatar, And then, goodness, that was back 2017. Oh my gosh, 2017, 2018 is when I read Throne of Glass for the first time. Yeah, I really liked it. I remember I 3-starred the last book, and then when I went and I reread it back in 2021, I like 5-starred it. I was like, what was I thinking? This is a masterpiece.
I was gonna say. Oh, I read ACOTAR first. So I feel like when I'm reading Throne of Glass, I'm just like, it's not as good as ACOTAR.
It's just not the same.
Like, there's some books in Throne of Glass that I do really like, but I'm just like, I'm stuck in the middle of my tandem read, and I can't get out. I think I just need to start reading like Empire of Storms normally. That'd be better. Yeah. Have you read Rule of Wolves, Lily Vertigo?
Yes, I had to listen to the audiobooks because I could not just sit down and read that series or that duology just with my own brain. I needed someone reading it to me because
I just couldn't get into it. Like, I finished the first one also like via audiobook, and like it was okay, but yeah.
Tower of Dawn is kind of a pain, but tandem reading it does make it way better. It's just like tandem reading is like kind of a pain to like go back and forth, but
it was fun at first.
But then you stopped.
Yeah.
And that was the problem.
And I'm like, oh.
I think you need to like 48-hour readathon.
Yeah. Also, why does everybody hate Kale? I don't get it. Like, I don't love Kale. But like, why does everybody hate that man?
Rhetorically, no spoilers.
Is that a spoiler to say that they hate them?
No, I don't if like they gave specific reasons that potential spoilers. I don't know. I think all the characters were going through all their own shit, you know, and they each dealt with their trauma in different ways. Damn, I really want to reread Throne of Glass now. Like, I just got that itch. I don't have time to reread Throne of Glass, but now I just want to drop everything I'm reading and reread that series.
Do it. Propel me to finish Throne of Glass too.
But I like just reread it back in like 2021.
That's like 2 years ago. A long time. Someone says it's a lifestyle to hate Kale.
Please.
Bless you.
Thank you. Someone said they were reading it as the books came out, and I was so mad after the cliffhanger of Empire Storms and then Tower of Dawn came out. See, I didn't realize that the series wasn't completed when I like was reading it, so I also had stopped in Tower of Dawn, and I was like, wait, what's going on? Because Kingdom of Ash came out in 2018. That was 5 years ago.
That is a long time.
I remember binge reading this at a track meet. Oh my gosh. It's 5 years ago. I was having my I graduated from high school 3 years ago moment the other day, and I was like, whoa.
I'm graduating college soon. And I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, goodness. Do you have any thoughts on the Night Circus? I think I like 2-starred that book. I'm gonna be real. I thought it was so fluffy and nothing happened.
I started the Night Circus at the beginning of last year, and I was liking what I was reading, but I just like wasn't in the mood for it, so I put it down. But
it has very flowery writing, but if you want anything to happen in terms of plot, relationships, nothing happens. They build us up to be some grand duel fight situation thing, and like nothing happens. Like, it's the most anticlimactic book I've ever read. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
I want to like actually read it at some point in time. I put it on my TBR last year and it didn't happen.
I feel like you might possibly, potentially like it.
It seems like something I should like, you know?
I think, yeah.
I'm going to try like going through and like annotating it and like fully engaging with the text.
Someone said they haven't graduated middle school yet.
Oh my gosh. Hey, everyone's welcome here. I remember those days.
Goodness. I don't remember anything from middle school. I think I like blocked all that trauma out.
I think I remember a lot about 7th grade. Like 7th grade, like that was like I think when I peaked, you know.
Was
And then
it?
8th grade sucked so bad.
I had 14 kids in my class, and they split us between pre-AP and non-pre-AP. So like advanced classes and then non-advanced. And out of like the 7 people in the advanced classes, like 4 people did not like me.
Oh, that's
So
over
that's like
50%.
that's over 50%. Yeah. So middle school was not fun.
I went to like there were probably like 300 people per like grade in my middle school, so did not have the same experience.
My school was like pre-K through 8th grade, and it was like 250 kids max.
It's crazy.
Golly. Anyways, it's been a half hour, so
Yeah,
we should probably do a little bit of actual reading during the reading sprints, which is a whole concept, honestly. So, we're going to read for a half hour. We'll read until 11.
Or whatever the
Or whatever the time is. Read
yeah.
until 00.
I think I get some good emojis here.
Someone bought the whole Aragon series because of me. I haven't even read it myself. I read the first one and really liked it. I do plan on reading that kind of soon here. I kind of am in the mood for like fantasy, so I think after I potentially finish Mistborn, that might be no promises because it depends on what mood I'm in. But yeah, potentially.
Okay, I've selected the emojis.
Oh, I'm so excited. Your emoji game is always so strong.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, pin it? Do I need to pin it? I got it.
In comments? Oh.
Not pin it, but like.
Oh, I see. Have
it pop up. Ooh, look how fantasy-esque. I love it. It's almost giving Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, yeah.
That's the vibe it's giving me.
I don't think there's a dragon in Howl's Moving Castle, though.
No. But then I was thinking Spirited Away.
We can make Ghibli.
Yeah, Ghibli. All right. We're going to shut up now.
All right, happy reading
and
or whatever you're doing.
Happy reading sprints.
She literally never unmutes herself.
I clicked it. I think I accidentally double-clicked it.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Or somebody else said the DS gaming's going really good. I just finished another world in the new Super Mario Bros.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I made it to page 88. I didn't start from page 0. Just FYI. Oh my goodness. I really wanted to finish this chapter because shit do be happening. Like a page and a half left.
Do be happening.
Shit do be happening. Yeah. So when asked if you're planning on finishing the 3rd book in the Stormlight archives anytime soon.
Or like last year, in the very last week of the year, why are you guys calling me out?
I enjoy this.
I will read it. I'm hoping. See, the thing is, I want to finish Mistborn, like the first era of Mistborn first, before I go back into Stormlight. So, who knows?
Do you plan on reading the 2nd era of Mistborn?
I don't know. Like maybe. I've heard it's got like a Wild West vibe to it, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Who does it follow?
I know it's like. And I know it's like a lot of years in the future. It's like you're following like completely different characters.
Oh, okay.
But like it's the same magic system.
Interesting.
Also, for anybody who's joined, I'm not reading anything currently. I'm in a bit of a reading slump, so I'm doing I'm doing some gaming sprints because I found my DS yesterday. So I'm playing New Super Mario Bros. If anybody wants to know.
Sometimes you just have to take a break when you're in a reading slump, and Katie's doing that. She's treating herself to some gaming.
Also, wants to know if I've started the Kiss of Deception yet. I have not, for a reason.
That was so funny. For a reason.
I'll let you guys figure that out.
Yes, there's like 2 eras of Mistborn. So there's like the first 3, and then there's like another 3. So there's 6 books total.
Yeah. They're also like, I don't know if they're novellas, but there are like more books than just like the main 6. But I don't know much about those. See, I just don't know how I feel about the 2nd era of Mistborn. Like,
yeah,
I don't enjoy Western things. Western things.
I might try it.
I don't know how heavy it is, but
yeah, I might try it, and then if like, the first 100, 200 pages, I'm like, you know what, this isn't the vibe, then I might DNF it, but
the paperbacks do match the first era.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can't wait to make a Brandon Sanderson shelf. Oh my, it's gonna be so many months before I can do that though. Oh goodness.
But they all look so
my books are gonna be packed up in a storage unit for many months. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
Not the era I want to enter.
Your box era.
My box era. Brando can't really minimize a story. No, I feel like he can't.
I feel like it's worth it though.
I think so too. I'm enjoying it. I mean, this Warbreaker got me out of my kind of bad slump, and now I'm just binging Mistborn.
Yeah, someone said the Final Empire honestly can be a standalone, and I would agree. Like, you could just read it on its own. I feel not. That
yes and no. I don't think so because they set up a bunch of stuff in the first book to.
I feel like the story is like it could be like
sure. I guess that's fair, but there was a lot of setting up for the rest of the series, I think, done in that book. But like, there is like a complete arc, I think, of like plot. The first one.
Any suggestions? I like how we're all just calling him Brando now. On any Brando book to start on. I started with Stormlight, the first book. I don't know if that's a good idea, but because it's like 1,000 pages. But I was like, I'm gonna read a big book. But I feel like Warbreaker or Mistborn would be a good place to start.
I really liked Warbreaker just because it was a standalone, so you kind of get a taste of his writing, and you don't feel like you're committing yourself to like this long ass series.
You know?
So I really liked Warbreaker to start, and all the magic systems are different too, so that's been fun. I literally don't know how Brando comes up with all of these. It's so creative.
Well, I haven't read Trust of the Emerald Sea, but maybe that could be a good place
That's
to
his
start.
newest release, right?
Huh?
That's his newest release, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it came out. Well, like there was this whole like Kickstarter thing. I don't know, but like it came out like traditionally published in this month.
Oh, is this the year he's publishing like 4 books?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he just, had the time to write 4 spare novels.
Man's insane.
He's built different.
Has anyone read Skyward? I have Skyward, and I do plan on reading it at some point in time.
Is that his
It's like a young adult sci-fi series. It's not a part of the Cosmere.
Interesting. Someone said I started my fantasy book era with the Final Empire, and I cried so much. I was at the beach, and people would look at me like I was crazy. I was reading a manga in a coffee shop, and I was like holding back tears. I was like, this is embarrassing, quite frankly. And I knew it would make me cry too. And yet I still made that conscious decision to be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read a book that's going to make me cry in public.
Humiliation. That's what I do.
Yeah, it keeps me humble.
Something has to.
Please. Oh my goodness. His fight scenes are so good. Oh my gosh. I really do. Like, out of all the authors, I think his fight scenes are my favorite.
They're really good in Stormlight too.
They're so good. Absolutely.
Stunning.
Fran asked if I was moving. Yeah, I'm moving. And then moving again eventually. But I'm temporarily moving back with my parents for a few months before moving again. But I don't know. The timeline is questionable. But
Murky.
it's a little murky. I'm just not excited to have. I hate packing so much. I literally move out in like, hold on, let me see my little countdown timer here. 16 days.
Oh my God.
I haven't even gotten boxes, like, start packing my stuff. I don't want to.
Just throw everything out and start over.
Right. Just burn them all. It's like, that'll be a quicker way to do it. Don't you guys have different opinions on Crescent City? I'm really excited to read it, but also scared since Katie didn't like it, and I trust her opinion a lot.
Here's the it just.
She doesn't like urban fantasy.
I know I do like urban fantasy. I just don't like how what's her name?
Sarah J. Maas.
Sarah J. Maas, right?
Freaking Cassandra Clare.
Fantasy. I don't like the characters, and that's the issue. Like with me, Crescent City.
Out of all of her books, it's the most like world buildy info dumpy, and her characters just feel like characters from other series, but like worse. I liked it though. I 3-starred it the first time I read it, and then 5-starred it the second time because I was just confused. But my method of reading is like I just keep reading until I potentially figure out what's going on. So I say give it a try. The first 70, 100 pages, maybe 70 to 100 pages, I think, are just like so dumpy. But
yeah, just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you guys won't. It's not like a bad book.
Yeah,
it didn't work for me. Someone says don't read it. Carrie Can Read does have plot summaries of like
that is true.
So I am really excited to read the third one though, oddly enough.
Well, because if you know, you know.
You know, you know.
You know, you know.
Oh, what is urban fantasy? It's kind of, you know, fantasy in like a city type setting instead of like high fantasy where you're like, oh, the mountains and the whatever. It's like a different world.
They have like technology basically, but it's still
Yeah, I like
fantasy. It's very like sci-fi fantasy.
There was beer pong in the second one, and I was out. I just couldn't do it.
Oh my goodness. Have you read Fairy Tale by Stephen King? Have you read any Stephen King lately?
Not lately. I read a lot like a few years ago, but that was before I like figured out like I read a lot of fantasy. But like that was before I was in like my fantasy era. So I was in my horror era. But I haven't read Fairy Tale. I really want to.
Sorry, the way you said horror did not sound like horror. And I was like, oh, okay.
I said horror. Scary books. Nothing.
You did her horror.
Horror.
Era. Horror.
Yes. But I do want to read Fairy Tale at some point. But there's like the UK paperback looks like really floppy. So I like need to order it, but I just haven't wanted to read it recently. Yes, they are, and it makes me upset. All of the guy characters in Crescent City, like I could see them when I'm walking around campus, and I don't like them.
It's kind of funny. I realize I have like no desire to read a Stephen King book anymore. I'm unhauling it. I was gonna try reading it, and then I was like, you know what? What if I just didn't? Like, it's just not for me. I don't like scary things.
But
why
like,
would I make myself suffer?
I know that you don't like scary things, but like for anybody else, don't start with it if you want to read Stephen King. It's like 1,000 pages. I wouldn't wish that on anybody who doesn't like know if they like King or not.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. I made like 80 pages in, and then I was like, what if I just DNF'd this?
If you want to read Stephen King, you should read Pet Sematary first. That was my fave. It's really good. Have I read Misery? I've also read Misery. I like that one because it's got more of like a thriller vibe, but still kind of scary. It's not like terrifying, if that makes sense.
It is yawning so much.
Ooh, I liked Firestarter. A lot of people. Sabrina was not a fan. I like Firestarter because it kind of had like a sci-fi vibe to it, but it was still kind of like scary, and I was into that.
Heartstopper did get announced, and they extended it because there was just going to be 5, but they said that there's going to be 6.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited as well. And they're all technically posted already, aren't they? Online.
I think I'm not sure like all it is. I know like beforehand, like they are on a line or something to that effect. Like Tapas, I think, is where you can watch it.
Someone said that one person that said Crescent City is borderline Zootopia fanfic, and I can't get it out of my mind.
When me and my friend Elaine, we buddy read Crescent City together, and we talked about this a lot. Like even like last year, we watched Zootopia together, and the whole time we were like, "Wait, is that?" They're kind of like Bryson Hunt. Kind of true. I cannot dispute. Anyway,
when I reread Crescent City, I'm gonna have to watch Zootopia and see what you're on about because I can kind of see it, and I don't like it.
We just kept making parallels. It was so fun. Oh my god, have you seen the trailer for the new Barbie movie?
I have not.
It looks so stupid, but so funny.
Does it? I'm not surprised.
Like, I don't know what I was expecting. I just like got it as like an ad before a YouTube video that I was watching, and I was like, oh, I'll watch this trailer. And I'm like, I think I need to see it.
When are we gonna do the next sprint? In probably like 14-ish minutes.
We'll start at 11:30 for us, but whenever the next like 30 time is for you.
So about 14 minutes.
Just to specify.
But Zootopia is really good though. Like, I do like me some Zootopia.
It's not my fave, but it's fun. And now that I can compare it to Crescent City, it's even more fun.
Now I'm like really interested in the Barbie like trailer.
You gotta go watch it. It looks.
I kind of. Oh my god! Just throw my phone. Kind of want to. Let's see here. Barbie trailer. Oh goodness.
Do you have what's your favorite animated movie?
My favorite animated movie? Oh goodness. When I think of like Disney movies, Mulan. Easy. I love Mulan. I don't know. I feel like I haven't watched an animated movie in a while that I can like think of off the top of my head. But
my favorite like Disney movie is the Aristocats.
I'm not surprised. That fits so well.
It's been my fave movie since I was like 3, so I figured I should still my fave. But non-Disney, Howl's Moving Castle.
I see Ghibli films are really pretty, but they're so boring.
I think some of them are boring, but I feel like Howl's Moving Castle has like a decent plot to it. Oh, I also love Alice in Wonderland. All the visuals are so pretty.
Someone's in Tangled. I loved Tangled so much. It was a good one.
I do love a good stop motion too, like Coraline. Good stuff.
Coraline haunts me. Like I said, I don't like scary things, and that shit's terrifying.
Although, like my fave stop
How to Train Your Dragon. Ooh, you know what? I think that does take the top spot.
God, what's it called? Nightmare Before Christmas. I'll figure it out. It's not coming to my head.
No, you know what? How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, that's done by DreamWorks.
I've never seen it.
What? Really?
I don't love DreamWorks movies, really. Like, here's my hot take. I do not like watching Shrek.
I was about to say, what's wrong with Shrek?
I don't like Shrek.
I think Shrek just became, like, such a meme, and then it became just so iconic. I don't know.
I know, like, I watched it when I was younger, and I didn't care about it then either.
We're gonna have to change the How to Train Your Dragon thing, though, because that movie's a masterpiece. I love that.
I'm not surprised that you like that movie.
Hey, it gives me Brother Band vibes, and it makes me happy. So.
Valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was like 3rd grade, and they showed us all Coraline, like, in school. And I was like, what's going on?
We watched Coraline in school, too. What is with the teachers? They really just wanted to traumatize the shit out of us.
It was, like, right when it came out, so I, like, had no idea what was coming for me. And then they started sewing the buttons on her eyes, and I was like, is that allowed in a school?
Is that legal?
Is that
Someone
legal?
said Big Hero 6. I forgot about that movie. I was obsessed with that movie. Someone said, what's your favorite animated Barbie movie?
I've never seen an animated Barbie movie.
I've never seen a Barbie movie either, but I remember I had the Island Princess video game on the computer. Yeah, you could like skip rocks. And there's other mini games too, but I only remember the skipping rocks. I was gonna list a few more, and I was like, I don't remember anything past the rock skipping game.
I've never owned like anything Barbie, I don't think. I never even had a Barbie doll.
No, I was big into Barbies, and then my sister got like a big Barbie house situation thing. And I was like, why didn't I get that when I was a child? We still have like all our Barbie stuff just up in storage with like a camper van and like an airplane. All of those are my sister, by the way. I think I had like a truck and a blue truck. I was more of a little pet shop girl than Polly Pockets.
I had American Girl dolls for a while.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was obsessed with Build-A-Bear too. I had a closet. Oh, I forgot about that. The little hangers. I was obsessed.
So I like this pink bear that always wore like this purple t-shirt. And I was like, that icon, honestly. That outfit, color combo, stunning.
I need to get rid of a lot of my toys and like donate them and such, because they're just gonna sit in storage, and someone should enjoy those iconic iconic toys.
Yeah, I want to sell my American Girl dolls, but my mom won't let me.
What?
I know, they're just like up in our attic, and I'm like, I could get rid of them for you. And she's like, no, I just want to hang on to them.
Please. My mom's the opposite. She's like, you got so much shit in my attic right now. We need to go through it at one point. And I'm like, yeah.
I was like, I could make some money off those American Girl dolls, but no.
That's what I'm saying.
I have so much like just random crap for them up in the attic. I was obsessed.
I'm keeping my little pet shop. I think there's like 3. There's 3 like pet shop figurines that I would keep because I remember they were like my 3 favorite. And for my birthday in maybe the 1st grade, I think I told my mom, I was like, I want a cake with these little like characters, and she had like made them out of like different materials and put them on the cake.
Of course she did.
It was very cute.
Your mom's very talented when it comes to cake making.
Right? And she's just a hobbyist too.
That's crazy.
Very fun. The big thing that like my parents had that they were like always hold on, it was like the Beanie Babies. They're like, don't take the tag off.
You could sell them. Never had Beanie Babies either.
I had one and it has no value.
That was a tangent.
It really was.
I feel like we covered all the bases of like childhood things that you could have.
Potentially. Those were all just like the girly things though.
Oh,
all right, Beyblade? Are you kidding me? Bakugan?
Do you have those?
I think I have one. Those were so cool though. You throw them down and they open up. Are you kidding me?
I never had one.
Do you know what they are though? The little circles?
I know what they are, but I never had one.
Oh, my brother had like a whole container. And you could like throw them down on like metal and they would pop open. And then we also had like my older brother, he collected like little like cars, but he had like a truck, like a semi truck, but it was actually storage. So you could open it up and it was just full of the little cars.
Oh, but the, dual, what's it called? Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose. There you go. Someone said Pokemon cards. See, I never could trade Pokemon cards though. I would just collect some and then keep them.
My brothers were very into it. I tried to learn to like actually like play whatever you do with Pokemon cards or like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever, but
yeah,
they always beat me. They never went easy on me. Even though
yeah, my brother had the fire deck and I had a grass deck, so I never had a chance.
See, I don't even know what that means.
They're fire type. I don't know. I said fire deck and stuff, but I think I was actually referring to Magic the Gathering. We played that a lot. I would get my ass kicked because I never cared enough to like strategize, but the rest of my family was like, all right, untap, upkeep, draw. Lives in my head, rent free. Pokemon was my shit. Honestly, same, but like not the cards per se, but like the games. Like that was my gaming experience growing up, was like Pokemon mainly.
I've never played a single.
I'm still obsessed with Pokemon, just a little less so because I don't game. I really want to. I bought Legends of Arceus when it came out, but I haven't even opened the box.
Oh.
It's still like wrapped up in the cellophane. So I
really want to get like a Switch so I can play Animal Crossing. Like that's my new like I want to buy this. I need to buy this kind of thing.
There you go.
I might get one for graduation. I'm excited about it. Get into my gaming era.
I mean, I rarely use my Switch. I have Mario Kart, and that's what I would play when like people were over. But I always like when I have friends over and we're like gaming and such, I'm always like drinking, and I like fall asleep so fast when I drink. So we'll play like one round and I'll just like pass out. So I'm not super fun to game with as like a group.
Yeah.
Introverted things. Just like socializing and drinking and gaming. No, too much.
I never had Nintendogs on my DS. I feel like that's a crime.
I didn't either.
I would always play like the same 3 games. Just like Mario games. Super Mario 64 is my fave. And There's some like High School Musical game that I had at the time.
I had a gymnastics one because I did gymnastics for years, and I was like, oh my gosh, this game is amazing. But I would just max out every single character I had, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? And then I had a Build-A-Bear game as well.
Nice. I think I also had a Hannah Montana game at one point in time. That was also my shit. Or actually, I think I might have had I had a Game Boy at one, like a Game Boy Advance at one point, and I had a cat game on there. Something about cats.
I think my Game Boy experience was just Pokemon. Not your friends stealing your Nintendogs when you were 7.
I would also still be holding a grudge.
No, literally. I have a grudge against my brother who like conned me out of my very first Pokemon game. He's like, I'll give you $10. And I was like, 10 whole dollars? Sold. And now I'm like, that game sells for like so much money. I'm like, Matthew, I want it back.
Just go steal it back.
Give it back. He said he would give it back to me because he uses like emulators and stuff. But he's like, I have no idea where it's at. Like, do you know how much money I could have made off of that? But I just want to play it again myself, like on the actual Game Boy.
Yeah. See, I never had like any like actual gaming systems myself. I would like the big ones. I'd always use my brother's. The GameCube.
We had GameCube and then Wii, and then that was the extent of our. But our main thing on GameCube was Mario Double Dash because you could. Well, I thought it was fun at the time because my brothers never allowed me to be the one driving. I would always be in the back, like throwing the items. But I would never get to choose when I threw the items. They would always have to tell me, older brother things.
Naturally.
There was a Ratatouille game, fun fact. And that game lives in my head rent-free. It was on the GameCube. And it lives in my head rent-free. It really does.
There was this one Sonic game that I loved on the GameCube.
Oh my gosh, Sonic. Yes.
But like it had the most banging soundtrack. Like I cannot lie. There's this song that like I will never get it out of my head. I don't even know what it's called, but I just like know how it goes. And it was like this like thing where like Sonic is like skateboarding down the streets of like San Francisco. And just like the song in the back. Oh man, it's so good.
The music, like the underwater music, stresses me out still if I ever hear it. I'm like, not. Stop it.
No.
I was also big into like Zelda games, although I never was allowed to play them. But I would like watch my brothers play, so I was living vicariously through them. You know how like people watch Twitch streamers and stuff? Yeah, I had my brothers.
No, I've spent a lot of my life watching my brothers play like video games that they didn't let me play.
Right. And then as like my brothers got older, they would like make stupid rules like, well, you can play, but you have to start with this game and you have to beat this game before you play any other game. And I just never beat Wind Waker, so I was not allowed to play any other Zelda game.
I've never played a single Zelda game, nor have I seen somebody play one.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like mainly what my brothers played. Or my second youngest older brother. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Someone said, should we read?
How dare you?
I'm with Chloe.
I mean, I suppose we should.
All right. So we're going to read until... Get those emojis up in there.
Okay. It'll be 12 o'clock for us.
It'll be noon. And it'll probably be our last reading sprint. We'll talk a little bit after, and then we'll probably call it. I always just end the sprints when I get hungry, and I'm a little hungry. Ryan Gosling? Is it? No. And Margot Robbie? No. No. So I'm about to watch the Barbie trailer, y'all, before I read. No. I'm in denial.
Why are you in denial?
This shouldn't exist.
Well, yeah, it seems like a cursed movie, honestly, but like
it's so cursed. All right, happy reading, everybody. I haven't
posted a comment yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna mute myself and start watching this trailer.
I went for some prehistoric emojis.
Boo. See, it's not very pleasant, is it? It's like a jump scare every time.
I realized I was in your situation this time. I didn't unmute my mic.
See? The shoe's on the other foot now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. I made it to page 142. This book is so good.
I started reading.
How far in did you make it when you started the Well of Ascension?
Page 50, maybe?
Oh, okay. So you haven't made it past part 1?
No, not yet.
Okay. Because some shit goes down at the end of part 1, and I'm like, what?
Well, I started actually reading my book.
Yeah.
I got to page, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I got to page 24.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Not Katie actually reading.
Katie is indeed reading.
Whoa. It's not false advertisement anymore.
What do you mean anymore? Oh yeah, what did you think of the Barbie trailer?
I did not enjoy it at all. I'm just concerned. The fact that the trailer, like, trailers are supposed to give like kind of like a general gist of like what the movie's about and what's gonna go down, and I'm like, what? I hated it so much.
That's valid.
Yeah, it was just uncomfortable. I'm just wondering like how much those actors got paid to do that.
Probably a lot.
So much money.
Like there's so many people in it too. It's crazy. I'd love to know figures on how much Margot Robbie got paid.
Oh, for real. Must have made bank. I'm ready for a nap.
You could have napped during the sprints.
I thought about it. I was dozing like a little bit for a second. I was like, ooh. Not necessarily dozing, but dozing off. I was like, ooh, words are not, being inputted into my brain.
Napping sprints.
Do we have any final conversations we would like to start? Does anyone have any final questions?
Because we've hit the awkward silence.
We've hit the awkward silence and the cast has no energy left. Oh.
Words of Radiance is great. Shalon does slay. Words of Radiance.
I'm so excited to get you've hyped this series up so much. And I'm sad it's not complete. There's 4 books out. Does the arc like complete and start anew?
The first 5 is like the first arc of the series, and there's 2. There'll be 10 books over. Oh my god! Did you? It says she got 12.5 mil for Barbie.
Oh, I would act in that movie for $12.5 million.
I would act in that movie for like $5. I want to be in the Barbie movie.
We all have our dreams. Someone said we never said what the weather was. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy.
I don't know what temperature is outside. Let me check real fast.
I only know that because on my computer on the bottom it like literally says it.
Oh.
I don't just like have my weather app just on.
I thought you just knew. I was impressed.
Yeah, no, I went 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's 62 degrees here. Sunny, no clouds.
Wow. We're twinning in temp almost.
I wish it was raining though. This Barbie likes to read. Have you seen those memes?
Do what?
Have you seen the Barbie memes?
Yes. I've seen some. In German, the Stormlight archive is actually going to be 20 books. So there are 8 books out. Are they doing what they did with Oh wait, no, yeah. No, I think they do that everywhere but the US.
But
Because
the thing is, I think they have like UK books that are just like the whole thing.
do
But like the
they? I don't
paperbacks are
think
split in half.
so. Because when I went to look for those covers, they're part 1 and part 2.
But I think they have like hardbacks that are like the full book.
I hate that they're split. That bugs me so much.
I don't like the or I guess I don't not like the UK covers. I just love the US covers for Stormlight, so I never want to
I love the UK covers.
The
The
US
white
ones,
with the pop of colors on all of Brandon Sanderson books are just getting me. They're so nice. Like, I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh. This looks like Angeline Jolene. Low key.
who?
And Angeline Jolene. She acts in a lot of action movies. Am I saying her name wrong?
Are we talking about Angelina Jolie?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said Angeline Jolene.
Oh, well, you know what I meant. No, literally, do you have Will of Ascension near you? Can you
No,
look?
it's my car.
Nah, because that looks like her face.
I have to, okay, I need to look at the cover of this book.
Am I wrong? I can't unsee it now.
I disagree.
I'm about to have to do a side-by-side. Hold on. Maybe I got the actress wrong. Who the heck plays Wonder Woman?
I don't know about those action movies. I'm not into it.
Hold on. I apologize. It looks like Gail Gadot. Why did I think that was Angelina? I'm done. I'm done. Y'all, I don't know my actors and actresses. Okay, that's who it looks like.
Wait, side note here. I know we're talking about book covers and this is kind of related. Have you guys seen the Chinese covers for Brandon Sanderson's books?
No, but I'm about to Google it.
No, look, like this is the Mistborn covers. Look at these. They're so pretty.
You're
Can you guys see them at all?
No.
You can't see these? Yes, you probably can't.
Oh my
god. Google the
gosh.
Chinese covers for like Brandon Sanderson's books. They're so pretty. Like they're all done in that style.
So pretty. You kidding me?
I'm like, do I need some? You know?
Warbreakers is really cool.
I'm just like so tempted.
I wonder what.
I just want to buy them. Although I guess if the spine's not pretty, then I probably don't want it.
Right. Forward face it.
Yeah, but I want them all.
Forward face them all.
Oh, you can get the paperback for Warbreaker on Amazon for $28.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway.
They do kind of look fairy tale-esque.
Yeah. I feel like we're rambling at this point. Vampire Academy could use new covers.
I love the live action ones. I think they're stunning. The faces and such. Oh, iconic.
Just pretend you didn't say that.
What are y'all having for lunch? What's the lunch plans? Or dinner plans? What should I eat?
It's like for us, it's lunch. It could be dinner for some people. It could be middle of the night for some people.
Could be middle of the night for some people.
What's your
middle of the night snack?
I'm gonna have some yogurt for lunch. A little yogurt bowl.
Sounds good. Oh, I have some yogurt in my fridge, but it's like Greek yogurt. It's key lime pie Greek yogurt.
Mine's just like vanilla Greek yogurt.
Some people said leftover pizza, and now I'm like, I want some pizza.
Ooh, leftover ham. Oh, Easter moment. People celebrate Easter. Ooh, a baguette with cheese.
Some ramen sounds so good as well.
Good. I'm hungry now. Like I'm
now I'm like extra hungry.
I'm like
this backfired.
Some pancakes.
Oh goodness. Probably will just end up having a sandwich because I'm trying to eat like the lunch meat that I have left in my house. I'm trying not to like buy too many more groceries since I'm moving so soon. I'm not trying to lug all my groceries.
Tomorrow is
chocolate egg day. My parents invited me home for Easter and they're making steak on a steak. So like steak but like on a skewer essentially.
Oh.
Apparently it's really good and I'm very excited. And I hope they give us chocolate as well.
Maybe we should just leave and eat. I like that
That's
idea.
a great idea. I'm glad someone said that. That sounds great.
All right, cool. Thank you guys so much for being here. We always love seeing you guys on the Saturday morning sprints.
Always a joy.
I hope anybody who's celebrating Easter has a happy Easter. If you're not, I hope you all just have a lovely Sunday.
Fabulous weekend.
Yes. And
tomorrow is Sunday.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was Friday still? Anyways. Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.